Chris Boltz here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you'll be notified when I go live or post a video like this one. And today we're going to be looking at a video that's been making the rounds today. It's of basically an assault on a track and field. Let me go ahead and play that video right now. Okay, you guys saw all that. You saw that that runner was hit on the head. She was bypassing her opponent. Her opponent looked like she got a little bit jealous there. Now, the runner that got hit in the head, her name is Kaylin Tucker. We all saw what happened. She got clobbered upside the head. Let's go ahead and watch that again. So you see they're running side by side, and all of a sudden, whack. All right, run it by again. Whack. That looked like it was intentional. This runner right here got jealous that she was being passed up. They're running side by side. And then as we just let this keep on going, you see the hand come up. Now, there is no reason for a baton to ever be raised that high in any type of event. And then when she comes back down, whack. That's intentional. She was not tripping. She was not jockeying for position or anything like that. She effectively hit that girl in the head. And the other girl looks like she dropped her baton because she stopped. She's worried about her head. She didn't even realize for a minute there, bink, there, ran on the side. Now, I've never run track and field. The time I almost got to do track and field, my parents didn't want me to support me, but that's another story for a different day. But we've all been in the throes of competition where our competitor is getting ready to do something that we may or may not agree with. We're getting lapped, we're getting outplayed, we're getting outshined, and we get jealous, envious, and jealous of being outclassed. And that's what we have going right here. Right here, it says that Kaylin was later assessed by a doctor and was told she had a concussion and possible skull fracture. Yeah, that looks like a metallic baton. So yeah, that girl got clocked upside the head. She suffered a skull fracture. Let me let you guys guess what her competitor is blaming this on. If you guessed racism, go to the front of the line. And this is a picture of the person who was running against her, and her name is Alayla Everett. Now, we got a news story to get her side of the story about all this and everything like that. So let's go ahead and watch that.
Family says they're telling their side of the story in reference to a shocking incident at a Virginia High School League indoor track meet that left one athlete allegedly injured after she claimed she was struck by a baton held by IC Norcom High School senior Alayla Everett. Everett spoke exclusively to 10 on Your Side's Markeisha Jackson, who brings us much more.
The young athlete in question says there's more to that video than meets the eye.
Everybody has feelings, so you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Alayla Everett.
She said you're physically hurt, and the reason why she's physically hurt is because it's Kaylin Tucker. Why she's physically hurt is because you, Alayla, what's your name again? Her name is Alayla Everett. You, Alayla Everett, hit her upside the head, and you want us to consider your mental state? Well, your mental state was so weak that you took it out on your competitor physically and very publicly on the track and field without consideration of anybody else that was racing or observing that race at the time.
Everett is a decorated athlete and senior at IC Norcom High School. She would have never thought her trip to the Class 3 track and field state finals last Tuesday would take a drastic turn.
They're going off of one angle.
Alayla visibly emotional because of this video from the meet. This was a 4x200 meter relay race, and she and a Brookville High School athlete were rounding a curve on the track when they nearly collided with each other.
Okay, after a couple times.
No, they didn't nearly collide with one another. They didn't nearly collide with one another. You see, actually, they were in separate lanes. This Layla Everett is pretty much in lane 1 or lane 8, whichever one. She's on the inside lane, and her competitor, Kaylin Tucker, is in the other lane. So they didn't nearly collide with one another. And in fact, even if you see from this angle, let's go back and play that. Let me mute it for a moment. You can clearly see she raised her hand and hit that girl in the back of her head. Bink. So no, there was no collision there. She intentionally hit that girl in the back of her head.
They collided with each other.
Okay, after a couple times hitting her my baton.
By the way, playing to stereotype, you guys hear that? You hear the fire alarm in the back? Not trying to make light of the situation, but come on now.
Got stuck behind her back like this, and it rolled up her back. I lost my balance, and when I pumped my arms again, she got hit.
It appears.
No, she's lying through her teeth. This girl is lying through her teeth. Look at that gap right there. Look at that gap. There is no collision. She intentionally raised her hand to hit that girl in the head. She didn't want to settle for third place. So she hit that girl in the head.
But Alayla says it was accidental.
But I know my intentions, and I would never hit somebody on purpose. I didn't have to see your first video, second video, 10th video. I know 100% that she won't do this to nobody.
Her parents outraged at the backlash.
And her parents ought to be ashamed of themselves. Her parents ought to be ashamed of themselves. They should have disciplined that girl immediately instead of trying to sit here and blame this on something that was outside their daughter's control.
Backlash. The IC Norcom relay team was disqualified, a ruling that a local USA track and field official finds questionable. He says a play-by-play look shows that the Brookville athlete was running closely to Alayla.
No, that school trying to save face, when in fact that girl hit that girl intentionally, and we even see it right here.
If a person comes up on the outside, they got to be a full stride ahead of me before they can cut in front of me.
The other family spoke with the news station in Roanoke asking for an apology from Alayla, something she wants to give, but she says the other athlete hasn't been receptive, blocking her on social media, and instead the Everett family was served.
We even look at, I don't know how, there's no clash, there's nothing there. She hit that girl, and then the other girl kept on running.
Court papers.
And now we have to go to a city 3 hours away that everybody hates our guts already.
They're assuming my character, calling me ghetto, racist slurs, death threats, all of this just because of a 9-second video.
We don't know whether or not, I'm not going to sit there and question whether or not she's getting death threat. Who's saying racist things against you? This is a black on black crime. It definitely was ghetto behavior too. Don't get it twisted now. This definitely was ghetto behavior. You couldn't control your emotions. Maybe it was your competitive spirit that got ahead of you. But you intentionally hit that girl. This video has been shown from multiple angles. There was no tangling up between the two of you. You guys are in two separate lanes. Your hand comes above your head and gets ready to whack that girl on the back of her head. That's assault. If anything, the police should have been called and you should have been arrested. I'm pretty sure that the school didn't want to do that because they didn't want to mess up your career, because you plain enough did that yourself. No sympathy. All that sympathy goes to your competitor, Kaylin Tucker, for you hitting her upside the head to deprive her of the second place finish she earned. But you guys jump down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think this girl right here, Alayla Everett, is being unjustly maligned for her hitting this other girl, Kaylin Tucker, in the back of her head? Jump down in the comments and let me know. And remember, make sure you like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. This Chris Bolt signing off, and I'll catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.